her eyes homing in on any gray-haired six-footer with a bright polo and khakis. There were many, in fact, some cooler than others, some more handsome, none emitting the distinctiveness that Jean Carmichael always seemed to. Eventually darkness fell. Late. Too late. After the vast majority of foot traffic ebbed, she caught him waving goodbye to someone, or someones. She wasn't sure. Nora kept her gaze on him. Just 100 yards or so away, she confirmed it was Jean when he found his way to the third berth, the Carmichael berth, as she called it to herself, although Jean was the only Carmichael who drifted in and out on any given weekend. The Carmichaels visited Birch Harbor when Jean was a senior in high school. Eventually, he'd gone off for college, returning soon after and taking up with the school district, pinching Nora out to the lake, crowding her, pressuring her. After some years teaching, then running Birch Harbor High, his time rounded out to a split in some city down the shore and far inland, and weekends in Birch Harbor, where Nora had the displeasure of watching him cavort as some sort of half-tourist, half-local hybrid. A charming phenomenon who came into town wearing polos and left wearing Hawaiian shirts. She glanced briefly inside to ensure Clara wasn't watching. Clara, her bored little helpmate who had no idea how much Nora treasured her. Never would, probably. With the coast clear, Nora dipped down off her back porch and picked through her yard, then down onto the sand. Jean had long disappeared into his vessel, but she forged ahead, jogging lightly toward the dock, pulling her shawl around her shoulders as her short hair bounced off her neck. She felt young again, with new energy to confront this man who haunted her, asking her always to come back to him, especially after Wendell left. Seeing him like that, earlier, at the deli, should have been confirmation enough that he'd finally leave her alone, let her be. But Nora wanted confirmation. She wanted it over with. She wanted to know that he was done pestering her, done hoping, that she could well and truly settle into her golden years without the threat of this man always begging, always nagging her to be his. He wasn't a predator. He wasn't a bad man. He was a bothersome, meddlesome man who tied Nora to a bad memory. Sometimes, though, a person like that, a person with whom one shared a bad memory, became bad by virtue of the commonality. He was made worse, of course, when he wouldn't just leave her alone. And now she would go to him. She would go to him and see to it that he was done, that they were done, that they could bury the past, and that Nora could take whatever time she had left on the earth and know that this threat of her secret surfacing, or her connection to the wealthy summer tourist named Jean Carmichael, Nora could know that it was over. "Jean!" she cried, this time shielding her call with her hand and glancing back up to the marina, fearful of drawing attention. A shadowy figure appeared in the sunken doorway of the boat. Nora waited, and when she saw that it was Jean, glassy-eyed and dark in the night, she began to unleash. "The woman," she began with no hello, no easy slide into a calm adult conversation. Jean frowned, but Nora had no patience for that game. "Listen, it looks like you're happy, but I just want to make sure," he interrupted her. "You want to know if I've moved on?" An eerie grin took shape on his mouth as he moved, hand over hand on the side of the boat, toward her. Tugging her shawl over her like a blanket, she nodded and frowned. "Listen, Jean, I'm happy for you. This is a very good thing. It means we can let bygones be bygones, right?" Nora dipped her chin. He was just in front of her now, near the piling she'd pushed off of as soon as he emerged from the bowels of his vessel. It was his turn to grab it, hold himself there. She took one step back.